So let's talk about what forms the basis of a contract, the element of a valid contract. What makes a contract valid? What makes a contract binding on the parties? Remember, when I'm talking about contract, I'm talking about agreement between two or more people. When can you say that, oh, we have had an agreement and it is binding on us? We are under an obligation to perform our part of the bargain. There are things that must exist for you to say that, oh, you have an agreement with this person and this person is bound to perform. And if the person breaches, you can go ahead and sue the person or take any action that you agreed on in the agreement. Welcome to my channel. This is Law Talks and Gist. If you're seeing my face for the first time, thank you for stopping by. Please like, share, comment, and kindly turn on the notification bell so as to be notified each time there is an upload coming from me. And if you are a returning subscriber, of course, you know I love you. Now let's dive into the video. Now let me ask you a question. If you're being hired by someone to offer some form of services that you are skilled in, maybe that's your area of expertise, and this will require payment, like the person that is hiring you will pay you for the services, do you just go ahead to perform the services, hoping that whenever you come, whatsoever amount of money you charge will be paid? Do you do that? Won't you agree on something? Won't you make your own proposal? Won't you make your offer? Won't you talk about the money to be paid? Won't you wait for a go-ahead before you can start the job? Do you just start the job without any form of agreement? I bet you will not do that, because at the end of the day, you may not get your money. Even if you get the money, even if you get paid, it may not be such an amount that is commensurate with the job that you did. And that is where the elements of a valid contract comes in. What are the elements of a valid contract? Those factors that must exist for you to say that, oh, there is a contract between me and this person. I am under an obligation to perform this contract. If I don't, I may get sued for it. Number 1, offer. Number 2, acceptance. Number 3, consideration. And the 4th one, which I would like to add, which I will not talk about in this video, is intention to create legal relations. In another video, we are going to talk about it, because that on its own is very wide. Now, for there to be a valid contract, there must be an offer by one party to the other party. The party that is offering is called the offeror. And then the party to whom the offer is made to is called the offeree. Now, the party that the offer is made to must accept. If there is no acceptance, then there is no contract. And then, if there is no consideration, then there is no contract. Let me set an example. I take my material to the tailor. I say, tailor, make this dress for me. And the tailor says, oh, this style is very tough. Oh, this style is like this. Okay, this is how much I am going to charge. This is how much I'm going to charge for making this dress for you. That tailor is making an offer to me. Now, what will make us have a binding contract is if I accept that offer. If I tell the tailor, okay, go ahead, I'm going to pay you the amount that you have charged, or I don't have that, I have this, and we now agree, I have accepted that offer. and we have discussed the consideration. Please, consideration in law of contract means the price which you pay for the services rendered by the other party. It can be in monetary form, and it can be in another form of services. So anything that you pay in exchange for the services that is rendered to you is called consideration. So now, if we now agree, I say, okay, teller, I'm going to pay. The teller now says, okay, no problem. When do I start? This is when I'm going to start. This is when you're going to come. And we have a binding contract. If the teller breaches in his or her performance, I can sue the teller. But in a situation where the teller says, oh, this is the amount of money that I'm going to charge, and I now tell the teller that, okay, let me go and check my bank account. Let me go and see whether I have that amount of money. Let me go and think about it. Is there any contract between me and the teller? The answer is no. There is no contract until I accept the offer. Now, this is the mistake that most people make, going ahead to perform a contract when you have not agreed on some of these things. When these elements of a valid contract does not exist in a contract that you are entering into with another party, it becomes a problem. There has to be an offer, and there has to be an acceptance by the offeree, and there has to be a consideration. Why am I making this video? Last week, I was called to just listen. I wasn't briefed. Just come and listen, no, please, so that you help us and judge this matter, this, that. It's not as if I was briefed. So what happened is that this person engaged the services of this, let me use party A and party B. Party A engaged the services of party B. Party B now brought his proposal, and without discussing the consideration and without getting a go-ahead from party A, party B now started performing, started using his money. I don't know how they do their job. Now started putting in effort and all of that to start the job when it was not agreed, when there was no acceptance. You made your offer to party A, but party A did not agree, and now there is a problem. Party B says party A must pay for what he has done so far. And now they're asking me. I said, I'm very sorry. If you go to court, you may not win, because there was no contract between you and B. The elements of a valid contract is lacking here. There was an offer by you, party B, but party A did not accept. Party A merely telling you, oh, this thing is fine. Oh, yes, good job, does not mean go ahead and do. When you know that what you're doing, you require money, that you will need your payments, you are supposed to wait until you get a go ahead. So these are the mistakes that people make on a daily basis. Before you go ahead with a contract, with that agreement, ensure that these elements of a valid contract exist. There is an offer, there is acceptance, and I would also like to state that have express offer and we have offer by conduct, which is implied. Yes, it is not expressly agreed on, but by conduct. Example, let me set an example. An example of it is when a bus driver is driving and then stops. A passenger enters. As you are entering that bus, the bus driver made an offer by conduct, an implied offer, and then you entered. Entering that bus is acceptance of that offer. So you are bound to go there. When you get to your destination, you have to pay the fare. When you get there, you don't have to go and argue that, we did not do this, we did not do that, we did not say this. It is called implied offer. We will continue this topic in another video, but for now I hope this video helps you be very mindful in your transactions. Thank you so much for watching. See you in our next video.